right, guys, welcome back to another chapter of The Power of a Positive Team. And we are in chapter 2, which is all about how positive teams create positive team cultures. So team cultures, whatever team you're a part of, whether it's at work or sports or at home, your team has a culture. And so the book defines a culture this way. Team culture is the written and unwritten rules that say how a team communicates, connects, thinks, works, and acts. So that is what team culture is. It's the written rules that you have, regulations and standards and things that they can read, but it's also the unwritten rules. Unwritten rules, how you respond to an email within 24 hours, or a text message by the end of the day, or how you follow up and set your schedule and confirm your schedule. All these things create your team culture. And so the goal is to create a positive team culture. So how would we go about doing that? Here is how you would go about doing that. So step 1, so your culture drives the expectations and beliefs of your team. Expectations and beliefs are very, very powerful. Okay, because expectations and beliefs, they drive the actual behavior. So your mind, your beliefs will drive the behaviors of a person. The behaviors of a person drive habits. When you're consistently doing a behavior, it then becomes a habit. They say it takes 67 days to create a new habit. And then those habits create the future. Okay, so this is a formula you could use for yourself personally or for your team, but your beliefs and expectations drive behaviors into habits, and the habits are what create the future. All right, let's see what else we have here. You are creating culture every moment of every day by what you think, say, and do. In this book, it talks a lot about how team culture is ever changing. And so we have to be aware that just because culture was set in the first meeting of the year doesn't mean it stays that way. We have to be intentional about keeping the team culture the way we want it and desire it to be. So every moment of every day by what you think, say, and do. By what you think. Okay, what you think about the team in the future, what you think about your teammates. And then what you actually say with your words can affect the team culture. And then your behaviors, as we know, that create habits, can affect the future. So every moment is very important to keep your positive team culture. So I drew a little illustration here to represent time and how the past, present, and the future are all aspects or perspectives that we can look from or that we can live in. People who live in the past sometimes have just depression. People who live in the future, the negative aspect can sometimes be anxiety, right? Or you could look in the past and be grateful, and you could look to the future and be hopeful. But the present moment is the most powerful moment of all. When you are present every single day, you see opportunities, you see what you are grateful for. And so that's why they say in a car, the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. You can look to the past to really see what you can learn from it. And you can look to the future to give you energy and motivation to keep going, but the present is where the power is. So the present moment, every day that we're gifted to live on this earth is a gift. That's why it's called a present. Okay, so you can open it and be grateful for it, but that's where life is lived, is in the present moments. And that is how you keep a positive team culture as well. So here's my best illustration of a heart. I wasn't the best art student, but the illustration is very powerful. And so they have a study that they've done at Harvard. So research from Harvard and HeartMath Institute shows when you have a feeling in your heart, it goes to every cell in your body, then outward, and people up to 10 feet away can sense these feelings. So your heart is broadcasting how you are feeling, and people can pick up on that energy and those emotions. So you are literally walking around with an antenna, and you are broadcasting how you're feeling, and people can sense it. And so that's a very powerful thing to do, because like a radio, people are able to tune into that frequency. If you are on a sad radio station and somebody, gets to that frequency and tunes in, they begin to get sad, right? Or if you turn it to a hype radio station, that song, the frequency can then influence the listener, and they can be hyped and motivated, right? So there is power in knowing that you can affect a room. You can definitely affect a room. So you want to infect it in a positive manner and not be negative Nancy. Sorry, Nancy, if your name's Nancy. But to be a positive person that can make a difference in the atmosphere, the environment around you, you have the power to do that. Okay? It's a gift from God. Here is the truth. Emotions are contagious. You can either be a germ or a big old glass of orange juice, some vitamin C, okay? Because your team, your family, your corporation, whatever you're a part of, is influenced by the team members and their attitudes and the emotions that they're feeling. And if you are a leader of a team now, I wanted to leave you with this quote, which it gives you permission to take charge of your team culture. It's your culture and your team. Own it. Don't expect someone else to create it. So when you've been given a leadership role, it is your responsibility to create a positive team culture. Even if you are a player on a team, just say a baseball team, a player can understand that this is their team too, and they could influence that team in a positive way. But it takes somebody with courage to be able to step out and do those things. So it's okay to be a leader in whatever responsibility you've been given, and to be brave and courageous, and to create an atmosphere that is hardworking, positive, and can help make a difference in whatever you guys are doing. So I wanted to end with an analogy, and this is an olive tree or bush, but these look like olives to me. And the whole idea is that a successful team wants to win championships, right? If we're talking about sports or in business, they want to close the most deals. So people are sometimes so focused on the fruit that they forget it's all about the root. If you have a strong root that is being fed, right, and is nurtured in soil, okay, those roots grow strong, and then from that it sprouts and grows the fruit. So team culture is the root. And so when you create and focus on a good, positive team culture, then good things start to happen. So focus on the root, your team culture, and whatever that looks like for you, and you will start to see some real fruit. Hope you enjoyed chapter 2 of The Power of a Positive Team. Please leave a comment below, like the video, share, subscribe, whatever it looks like on whatever platform this is on. And I hope to talk to you soon.